Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Odyssey podcast. We're really happy you're here with us today.
Yeah, seriously. Whether you're listening while walking, cleaning, studying, or just relaxing, thanks for spending your time with it.
Today's episode is a very real one. It's about money. And honestly, just saying that word already feels a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, money's one of those topics that everyone thinks about, but not everyone likes to talk about. I think most people have a complicated relationship with it.
Very complicated. I think about money when I wake up, when I buy coffee, and sometimes right before I fall asleep.
Same. And every time I open my bank app, I'm a little scared. I'm like, okay, let's see what the damage is.
And then you realize, oh, it was you. You did this to yourself.
Coffee, snacks, food delivery, random online shopping, it all adds up very fast.
Before we jump in, just a quick reminder if you enjoy learning English through real conversations like this, please like the episode and subscribe to the English Odyssey podcast.
It really helps us, and it also helps other English learners find the podcast.
All right, let's get into it. Today, we're talking about how to talk about money in English in a natural, simple, everyday way.
Money's one of those topics that everyone thinks about, but not everyone likes to talk about. Even native speakers sometimes feel awkward when it comes up.
That's because money isn't just numbers, it's connected to stress, comfort, freedom, and sometimes even embarrassment. So, how we talk about it really matters.
Let's start with money coming in. When people talk about income in English, they usually don't say exact numbers, especially with friends or new people.
People rarely say, I make this much money. That can feel too direct or uncomfortable. Instead, they talk about their situation in a softer, more general way.
For example, when someone asks, "What do you do?" it sounds like a simple job question, but there's a quiet money question hiding inside.
When answering that question, it's very normal to keep things simple. Saying something like, I work full time or I'm freelancing right now already gives enough information.
Sometimes people say, "I have a regular salary," or "I'm freelancing right now." These sentences explain income without talking about numbers.
When money coming in is small, the language usually changes a little. People add words that soften the situation.
Phrases like "for now" or "at the moment" are very common. Saying "I don't earn much right now" sounds calm and honest, not negative.
When money comes in regularly, it still doesn't always feel stable. You get paid, feel good for a moment, and then remember all the things you have to pay for.
And that naturally brings us to money going out, because that's where most people feel it the most.
The first thing almost everyone mentions is rent. Rent is usually the biggest expense, and it comes up in conversation all the time.
People often say things like, "Rent is my biggest expense," or "Most of my money goes to rent." Those sentences don't need much explanation.
When someone says that, others usually nod or laugh a little because it's a shared experience for so many people.
After rent, food is usually next. Food spending feels small day to day, but it becomes very big when you look at it monthly.
Many people say, I spend more on food than I think, or food costs add up so fast. These sentences sound very natural.
Cooking at home sounds cheap in theory, but real life gets in the way. People get tired, busy, or stressed.
That's when food delivery enters the conversation. It feels easy in the moment and expensive later.
Coffee is another classic topic when talking about money. It's almost a joke at this point, but it's a real one.
People say things like, it's only a few dollars, but the problem is saying that every single day.
Coffee becomes a habit, and habits are expensive when you don't notice them.
Transport is another quiet expense. Buses, trains, gas, ride apps, they don't feel dramatic, but they're always there.
People often say transport isn't cheap, especially when prices go up and daily routines become more expensive.
When you add rent, food, coffee, and transport together, that's usually when people start talking about budgets.
Saying I'm on a budget is very common, and it doesn't sound negative in English. It just sounds practical.
Being on a budget usually means checking prices more, thinking before buying things, and saying no sometimes.
Funny conversations become very real when friends start making plans.
Someone suggests dinner, a new restaurant, or a fun activity, and suddenly money enters the chat.
Instead of saying no directly, people soften it. Saying I'm trying to save money this month sounds friendly and honest.
Another common sentence is, "Can we do something cheaper?" That keeps the plan alive without pressure.
Buying gifts is another moment where money talk matters. Birthdays and holidays come quickly, and gifts can be stressful.
Saying, "let's keep it simple," helps everyone relax. It changes the focus from price to thoughtfulness.
Trips are probably the biggest test when it comes to money conversations with friends.
Travel sounds exciting until flights, hotels, and schedules appear.
Saying I need to check my budget first gives space and time. It sounds responsible, not boring.
Sometimes people say, "I can't afford this trip right now, but I'd love to do something smaller." That keeps friendships comfortable.
Saving money is something everyone talks about, even if they're not perfect at it.
People often say, "I'm trying to save money," because trying feels more honest than promising success.
One very common saving habit is making coffee at home. It feels small, but it makes a difference over time.
Another habit is tracking spending, even casually. Looking at a bank app and noticing patterns already helps.
Some people do no spend weekends. Staying home, resting, and not buying anything can feel surprisingly nice.
Meal planning is another quiet money saver. Planning meals reduces waste and surprise spending.
Waiting before buying things also helps. If you still want something after a few days, it's probably worth it.
Talking about money like this makes it feel normal instead of scary.
It turns money into something you manage, not something you avoid.
Learning how to talk about your money in English helps you feel confident in real situations.
And confidence is really what language learning is about.
All right, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us and listening all the way through.
We hope this episode helped you feel more comfortable talking about your money in English and maybe even smiling about it a little.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to the English Odyssey podcast.
Your support helps us keep making real, relaxed English conversations like this.
Take care of your English, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.